Hello, it's Claire. I'm here not to answer questions today, actually, which I know, shocking, so sad. This is awful, terrible day, everything's ruined. No, instead, I'm actually here to talk about home. I know, right? Why? Why, Claire, you ask? Why are you here to talk about home? Well, here's why. I was driving home from work, and it was like the worst day ever, and I was just zoned out, and I was listening to the song over and over, as one does, and I was just like, I was vibing with it. Like, so I should explain. I was always into English really big, and I was trained from a very early age through my schooling and through my chosen majors through university to analyze everything, over analyze everything, sentences, situations, texts, everything. Analyze it and pick it apart, find hidden meanings, symbolism, the structure, what that means, just kind of like do overkill on it. So naturally my brain will do that. And inside of my nerdy soul, I'm always like, I want to write an essay about something because I feel like if I talk about it and pick it apart, I'll understand it better and therefore appreciate it more, and find this meaning in it that's like, and so like I kind of do that, especially with lyrics to One Direction lately, which is odd, but like, surprisingly, the lyrics to One Direction songs are so simple, but yet they hold such meaning, and I think that's kind of why I defend them so much, is because, like, through a small amount of words and situations, forgive me, either not enough caffeine at this point or too much, I don't know where we're at, who knows, but, like, I just feel like I could do a whole 10-minute video about Strong alone and the chorus alone because I love the indecision and the tumultuousness and like just is it 4 lines in the chorus? And oh my god, but we'll get to that in a second. We're on home right now. But no, but like I think the simplicity of the lyrics actually pack a bigger punch than the ostentatious, flowery, over dramatic, poetic lyrics that some musicians have. Granted, some of their songs are just bubblegum, and that's fine. But some songs really, really kind of dig in there, and it's a very interesting vibe I get. And Home, to me, sticks out in that way. Because the thing I notice about it, the thing that really is getting to me, is the use of tenses in the song. Which I know is kind of like probably not a big deal, but if we're going to go on the overanalyzing route, which I will do, absolutely, then I have to address the fact that those tenses make me very emotional, like intensely, dramatically emotional, because when you think of the past tense, when the past tense is used in that song, predominantly, you have an indecisive, tumultuous past tense. Starts off in the beginning where he is unsure and he's going through that crisis of, just being unhappy and empty and stumbling around in the dark. There is a lot of angst in the past tense. It's a thumbs down. And you're just kind of like, you're thinking of kind of like a dark room almost if you're thinking it's just like this chasmless history. And then you creep into the present tense when there's like a sense of hope. There's like budding hope. And I think the line, and you say you feel the same, which is the present tense, even though I kind of take it as like a past tense situation, but it's nearing into the present. And the reason I think it's because it's a journey. I think that there's a purposeful use to these tenses because we're nearing the end of our tunnel, the golden tunnel of light, our conclusion, right? This is just how I'm taking it. I'm like such a dork, but hear me out, because like after you get to that present tense of that hope, I think there's hope, you build up into the fucking crescendo of the chorus, right? You jam out to this chorus, which is the future tense. And the future tense is filled with fucking solidarity and confidence. It's not even hope anymore. It's just knowledge. It's empowering knowledge of we are together and I'm in love and things are fine and it will be okay and I will make this feel like home. And I think that's what fucks me up, is because like it's a journey of tenses to the conclusive solid love. And it starts off with a character that is so indecisive and unsure and not right and insecure. And this character ends it with being so confident when the very last line of the song says, I'll make this feel like home. That's it, that line. And it is solid and confident. Statement, boom, period. End of sentence. This whole song is done. And I think it's a huge statement to make. It's just like the speaker is taking control of their future and themselves and their life, and it's gorgeous. It's super gorgeous, and they had it through the help of someone else. And like, I get emotional, especially because like if you listen to the different choruses, they have a different meaning. Like the first time you hear Harry going on about, I was stumbling, looking in the dark, you know, that part, with an empty heart, and then it gets to the hopeful, you say, feel the same, and then Harry rocks out, and there's that, could we ever be enough? Baby, we could be enough, right? And the first time Harry sings that, it's very confident. Baby, we could be enough, you know? And then it goes into the next verse, which is, once again, it's the past. But the thing is, the reason I get so fucking about this is because the use of the past tense in this case is now different. It's like, it feels like a recent past. It's almost broken up from the tumultuous past usage of the first verse. And this one feels like a recent memory, sort of. And it changes the tone. It brings hope. It brings finding peace. You know, it's like we've found that, boom, this is the moment where things clicked together for the speaker, basically, you know. Things began to become less broken, less unsure. And then, oh God, I get really emotional, because then it goes into the chorus again. And instead of it being so bleak with I was stumbling in the dark with an empty heart, whereas before you were like, this is an angsty, sad song, now when you hear that part in contrast to the previous memory of basically what I believe was depicting the morning after, when you hear that stumbling in the dark part, it sounds so thankful almost, because it's like a contrasting emotion in the sense that, you know, this is where we are now. Like, you made me feel wonderful. I'm waking up with you and I see your smile and I love you, basically, right? And before you, I was stumbling in the dark. Like, it's almost like this reassuring, like, the characters realizing how much they've been helped by this person. Like, obviously this is only if you're kind of really analyzing the song to a point of like, I'm writing a paper, which is, you know, my jam. But like, really though, it just gives it more meaning. It gives it so much feeling, just like, I was stumbling before you. You know, there's kind of these bracketed, implied before you words. And then it goes right back into it. And I love the second verse because of the reason that Harry's tone changes when he says, baby, we could be enough. And it's like questionable almost. Instead of being as adamantly, baby, we could be enough, he has like a tilts up at the end of his voice. Like, he's like questioning, you know, because it's like they started this thing, but is it? Could they be enough? You know, there's obviously still angst. But then the whole fucking song, oh, it gets even worse because they have their big old rocking out chorus again, in which case it's all about the future, and if you'll ever feel alone, I won't let you, or however the line goes. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, I will be your light, basically. That's, you know, it's always just so reassuring, like, I will, this is going to happen in the future, I see a road ahead of us, and it will be fine. We are solid, we're fireproof, dare I say. And like, it's emotional because then you have Louis in that little part saying, I'll make this feel like home, I'll make this feel like home. It's reassuring, it's his steady voice, it's as steady as a heartbeat, always there, constant. And then you have Harry's definitive answer. He has adopted his sure tone again, and he's saying, baby, we could be enough. And it's like, they put in both of their pieces, I feel like. The Harry and Louis, the two characters in the story or whatever, they've both said their pieces. The one has said, I will make this feel like home. They've discovered themselves. They found the confidence. They're seeing long term. They have blossomed into this new, awesome, strong individual. And their lover is responding by their assurity, you know, they wavered basically kind of in strength, but they're ending with the whole, we are enough for this and we're going to survive it. And then it ends once more into that awesome, empowering chorus of, I'll be there for you no matter what. We do have a future. And I think it's brilliant. I think it's fucking brilliant. I love it. I love the use of the tenses and how the emotions and how they're twisted up and they ultimately lead towards a road that is so positive and so long term. And I could just eat my hands off because it's so fucking meaningful. That's why I love One Direction lyrics. I think they're really simple, but I think that their simplicity packs a punch, and it means more because it's just in layman's terms, but it still kills you. So anyways, that's all. Bye.